Welcome to the State Hornet News. My name is Alan Trinidad.
And I'm Sarah Neveth, and here's the latest from the State Hornet newsroom.
Sacramento State Police Chief Mark Iwasa is retiring in the summer. After 10 years at Sac State, Iwasa told the State Hornet it was time for his departure from the police force. Sac State will utilize an external search firm for the next chief upon consultation with Sac State President Robert Nelson and Human Resources. According to a Sac Send email from Jonathan Bowman, Sac State's CFO and Vice President for Administration.
Sac State's Women's Studies Department is approaching its 50th anniversary this fall. Women's Studies Department Chair Dr. Sujatha Moni said the department has always brought feminism and anti-racism work to Sac State with their program. I spoke with Dr. Moni about the 50-year anniversary of the department.
I'm sure you heard this already, right? History is always written from the dominant group's perspective, right? So it doesn't include the voices of women of color, for instance, right? And so our goal is that we would have a non-discriminatory society, right? But then until that becomes a reality, we have to have gender studies programs, right? So again, it's not about promoting one group of people over others. It's not about even fighting for equality, because fighting for equality means that, we are accepting all the discriminatory structures or the hegemonic structures that are already there in society, and we just want to insert women into those structures, right? That is not our goal. Our goal is to dismantle and get rid of existing structures of oppression and replace them with more equitable structures. Right? That's what we are aspiring for. And as long as that struggle is there, we have no other choice but to have women's studies programs, right? And because our goal is to change our society.
Due to the increase of hate crimes targeted towards Asian Americans, the Sac State Asian American and Pacific Islander community members held a virtual safe space gathering on March 30th to share their experiences with racism and hate. This event comes in response to the mass shooting in Atlanta on March 16th, when 8 people were shot and killed, including 6 Asian women.
With everything still online due to the pandemic, the Math Lab had to adapt to virtual tutoring sessions. Math Lab tutors are available for undergraduate classes and some graduate math classes on Zoom, Monday through Friday.
Well, for our old biggest struggle is just, they know about us, how do we get them to just come in the door? And now it's like, even how do we get them to know that we're still here? And then you got to go find the link, and there's just so many more steps to get to us. So.
A Sac State alumna has spent the last year adjusting for live streaming services to showcase her theater company's latest productions. Emh Productions Executive Creative Director Elise Marie Hodge said the live streaming adaptations have given her shows an old-school live TV element. The Sojourner Truth African Heritage Museum officially reopened on Saturday, March 20th. Originally founded in 1996, the museum honors the late Sojourner Truth, who was an African-American woman and author who escaped slavery and fought for women's rights. Here's a clip by Madeline Church during her visit to the museum.
The museum was founded in 1996 by Shauna McDaniels, and showcases are provided by local artists that represent African-American history and culture. The museum also has an extensive collection of artifacts to tell the story of African-American history. Local artists, musicians, performers, and city officials gathered this weekend to witness and celebrate the reopening of the museum.
After being convicted of robbery when he was 22 years old, Charles Joseph served 12 years in a maximum security state prison. When he was released, he was taken by the U.S. Immigration Customs and Enforcement and spent the next 11 months in a detention center. The former ICE detainee attributes music, art, and faith as the ways he has persevered, but still faces the risk of deportation every day. He has requested a pardon from Governor Gavin Newsom, but has not been pardoned yet.
In baseball news, the Hornets were behind in the game against the 24th-ranked Stanford Cardinal until the 9th inning and pushed ahead to win with a walk-off, beating Stanford 3-2 March 29th at John Smith Field. The Sacramento State women's soccer team played against Eastern Washington March 20th at Hornet Soccer Field. This was the second game against Eastern that weekend. and both games finished in a 0-0 draw during double overtime. The final games were on Friday and Saturday. Thank you for joining us on this edition of the State Hornet News. My name is Sarah Nevis.
And I'm Alan Trinidad. As always, our coverage will continue on statehornet.com. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time.